are really the Jewish people, then why did Yahweh strike Miriam and Aaron with leprosy for making fun of Moses for marrying a black woman? I can't understand that part. If the blacks are really the Jewish people, then why did Yahweh strike Miriam and Aaron with leprosy for making fun of Moses for marrying a black woman? I can't understand that part. If the blacks are really the Jewish people, then why did Yahweh strike Miriam and Aaron with leprosy for making fun of Moses for marrying a black woman?
One thing I can say about this Kanye and everything, whole bunch of stuff is going to be discussed, and whoever have a body of work, whoever have videos out there, people are going to begin to look into it because now it's opened up to a whole new group of individuals, and folk are going to definitely be on there. One thing I found out in my life, sometimes we go jumping the gun because I had something laid out for Plumber. Let me go to my man, and my man is going to jump on too. He's the one really setting it up. He been knowing Plumber since they were young, and he often come on with us. I'm not going to say his government. I'm not going to even say his screen name, but he definitely going to jump on. Because he come on, like I said, no banging. He coming on to bang with not to bang. We get on, and what we do when we in the comment section going back and forth, and he's deep in scriptures too, but he's not an Israelite. But I want to play some of this because I'm just finding out some stuff, and I already caught my people down there. I said I was going to get down there. We were gonna have the nice flower spread with Berean from the whole community. Because I got some people that done looked out. So I was like, all right, they was like, yo, I know this your man or whatever. So I was gonna set something nice up down there, and hopefully he could have gave us some shots from the funeral service. But apparently, well, let me let y'all listen to this. I got this in last night. I went to the jerk spot. I was out at 6 o'clock.
Okay, so how you want to do this, Brian? He told me, I'll share this part. He told me that his wife, Jermaine's.
Now he talking about his cousin. His cousin is a believer. Most of the Plumber family is saved, but this is the cousin that he reached out to, and we said we were going to try to get him on. We want some people to share. He gave me some other information about his grandmother and stuff. So I said we wouldn't do like a full blown service or whatever. But this is the last message I got from him.
Wife, according to Jermaine's wishes, he never wanted to have a formal funeral service.
Plumber wife said he never wanted to have a regular funeral like everybody else.
Caitlin's going to have a memorial service in Urbana, maybe in a week or two, and I'll probably be going down for that. He will be sharing that information with me. I will pass that information along to you and in the community. In case anybody, so happy want to come or whatever, it's all the way in Ohio, but nevertheless, I will share that information as well. He stated that he would rather, be cremated. That was his wishes. So he would not be having a viewing or anything like that. So there really be no place to really like send flowers or anything. He's going to talk to her about if you was wanting to like do a collection for him or whatever. I don't know what your plans are. But Caitlin's going to talk to his wife about that part. I'm going to respect her wishes. I don't know what they are yet, but he is going to relay that to her about what the channel, wanted to do to honor Plumber. And when he gets back to me with that information, I'll pass that along to you as well. But he just sent me another message and said, he'd be willing to share anytime after Tuesday, after 5 o'clock in the evening. So I don't know how you setting up the tribute and everything. Um, let me know, how you want to do it, man, and we can go from there. If you want to speak to Jermaine, I'm sorry, you want to speak to Kaylin, I can make that happen as well if you want to talk to him. So just let me know, what you want to do, man. Um, and like I said, maybe I don't know what all you're planning, but if you want to pull that together, maybe in a couple of days, let the community know when we're going to do it, so people will be able to come on and attend the tribute after you lock down the time and the date with Kaylin. So that's where we at right now. He gave me the thumbs up. So just let me know how you want to do everything. All right.
All right, that's it right there. Let me play some of this before I get out of here. I was like I said, I already got that. I think I got like 2 and change. I seen a nice spread of 500 that I was gonna send there for the community, from Brain TV and the whole community. Let his family and everybody know that Andy Plummer had a different family. Plummer would be on for hours. They probably what this dude doing, but he had a family outside of his blood family, and I want them to definitely know that. But I think it's gonna be a little different now. I'm gonna see how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna talk to his cousin. I appreciate those that hit me. I think I might just have to send that to, I don't know, I'm gonna talk to his cousin, send that to his son. That's the first time I'm even hearing about, because but I know everybody don't talk their business or whatever, Plumber, wife or whatever. So I'll chop it up with his cousin. He willing to jump on, so we could take it from there. But I want y'all just to know what I was planning on doing, me and some other folk that just know that I consider Plumber peeps and stuff. They were just like on the strength. They was like, yo, I just wanted whatever you want to do, whatever you thinking about, I'm here to support or whatever. Y'all ain't got to send me nothing. I got enough to get them to do my thing. But now my plan's a little messed up with that, with that flower spread or whatever. But if it's family willing to come on and chop it up with us, and we can have that tribute, or they could give us shots and let us go live from the tribute, I'll figure out how we're going to do that. But I just want to let everybody know what was what. Because I said we was going to get on the other day, and then last night I said I was going to talk about it. And that's the brother. I was waiting for him to share his information. So when he come on and he share his screen name, remember, now we ain't going to be doing no banging. He come on and I can't lie, he bang. Y'all know him once y'all hear what his screen name is, y'all got to know who it is automatically. But he been knowing Plummer since they were teenagers or whatever. So he's the one that first sent me the information. He's down there. Let me play some of this right here.
And all of this controversy, all of a sudden people are asking a question that I don't think many people cared about it before that. Who's a real Jew? The meaning of the word Jew, Yehudi, is actually a derivative of the word Yehud. Yehud means unity, meaning the inception of where this group called Jews came from has nothing to do with Semites. It's not.
I need to play Shaka Utmost. I play Shaka Utmost, I'm gonna be late for work. But y'all, what is he talking about right here?
A race, it's not religion, it's not any cultural thing. It isn't genes even. The original Jews had a spiritual sensitivity, a spiritual inclination that brought them together and acted on it and formed a connection between them based on the tenet of love thy friend as thyself, and achieve that sensation of oneness that exists in all of reality, so they can feel the loving force of nature.
We read that in there, Matt. What is he talking about? What New River? What is he talking about? He's trying to spiritualize the text, or spiritualize the story where there were some physical people. But he wants to spiritualize the text, and that can help. So you won't, that'll help what some people call anti-Semitism. So you won't point at no one group, no one race, or whatever. But listen, I'll hear him out. Know all things Jewish.
That group was later called Jews, but that's all been lost. No one knows about this. Because of Ye and all of this controversy, all of a sudden people are asking a question that I don't think many people cared about it before that. Who's a real Jew? The meaning of the word Jew, Yehudi, is actually a derivative of the word Yehud. Yehud means unity, meaning the inception of where this group called Jews came from has nothing to do with Semites. It's not a race. It's not religion. It's not any cultural thing. It isn't genes, even. The original Jews had a spiritual sensitivity, a spiritual inclination that brought them together and acted on it and formed a connection between them based on the tenet of love thy friend as thyself and achieve that sensation of oneness that exists in all of reality so they can feel the loving force of nature. That group was later called Jews, but that's all been lost. No one knows about this.
I'm gonna tell y'all like we used to say, what new revelation? What new, I don't know, what new doctrine is this right here? Homegirl said it's too early for Shaka. All right, I can get y'all. We're Dunamis at right now. Dunamis, let me just let the stuff play. All right. All right. Well, let me try some of this right here.
I agree with him that the original Aryans were the broad-headed Asiatic invaders. The weight of evidence is to the effect that the original Aryan was the blonde part of this Euro-African race, which was cooped up in the north. The original Semites were those which spread around the Mediterranean, probably on the northern and eastern shores. The Hamites were, then, an early offshoot in Africa. It is but a step from the Berber and Egyptian to the Sandanese, and from these to the true Negro. All these types are first cousins from Scandinavia, all the way to Congo. The original Jews were, therefore, short, dark people of the long-headed type. The original Jew and Negro were, then, descended from the same father. The evidence of intermarriage you mention is a universal phenomenon, and the close affinity between Hamitic and Semitic speech and between the northern Hamitic people and the Semites show close relationship, as you surmise. I agree with him.
All right, let me stop that. Let me just play. I'm gonna play these. I'm gonna play these two. Let me check my mail too. Is it this one? But all of this talk has got this stuff right here jumping. Somebody come listen to this.
The Jews never were enslaved. You wrote yourselves in the history. No, I know this is Dr. John Henry Clark.
Brooklyn Bridge,
told
City Hall.
See, I listen to scholars.
Be careful of the
There's a white woman named Jane Elliott. She asked the all white audience, does anybody want to be treated like black
This
people
is
of
an
color?
accessible station.
So he got his colors, he got his little banner that he's running around promoting. I guess he was on his way to do what he do in the city and get on the corner and spew what some people would call the truth, sharing facts, helping in the awakening. Others would say sharing his hate speech. We've been hearing this in New York City for years and years and years and years. Tourists from all over the world. They go on Broadway, they go 44th, they in the city, they hear this stuff. White man reign is coming to an end. Y'all gonna get raped. Y'all gonna be our slaves. They been in hearing this. It ain't hate speech. Because y'all say it's just telling the awakening and telling what the word of God teaches and what God is gonna do. It ain't like y'all gonna do what God is gonna do it and y'all gonna, and they just got to serve. He done went into captivity. You gotta go into captivity. Because you had our people in captivity, and just preaching the truth as they understand it from the Bible. Don't email me. The truth as they understand it from the Bible. But and on his way to doing what he's doing, he see a Jewish man and he start directing his attention and his message to him and to him specifically.
This is not history that y'all hide from. The Jews never were enslaved. You wrote yourselves in the history. No, ain't no conspiracy. Dr. John Henry Clark.
Brooklyn Bridge,
told
City Hall.
See, I listen to scholars.
Be careful of the
There's a
gas
white
station
woman
platform
named
and the train.
Jane Elliott. She asked the all white audience, does anybody want to be treated like black
This
people
is
or
an
color?
accessible station.
This is my history that y'all hide.
So he's telling the Jew man, the Jewish man, and a lot of y'all, come on, don't do this. I know it's early in the morning. A lot of y'all believe this, that they're hiding your history, that the fake Jews are hiding the real Jews' history. This is something we often hear, and this is going to come up with this Kyrie. This is going to come up with this Kanye thing. This is going to come up, and you know these folk. What them neck players want him to do? They want him to apologize. They want him to kind of listen. It's Hebrews to Negroes. I'm gonna have to go look at Hebrews to Negroes now, but I ain't searching for no awakening. I ain't searching for no awakening, but I'm gonna have to go land to it now because a lot of people are commenting on stuff and they're just not really into it. But you know, we're gonna hear more and more that it's anti-Semitic propaganda. Same thing that was used by the Nazis. Jews are fake. Basically, you know, when they start hearing that type of what people are saying now, when they hear that type of propaganda about those ain't the real Jews and all of this other stuff, people want to start. They want to, you know, that could be problematic. You know, Anti-Defamation League, all of them, they on top of everything. You know, they working hand in hand with the feds. They got their own secret police. Every Jewish neighborhood you go in, they got their secret police. Trust me, y'all running around here. Y'all act like y'all ready. Y'all not ready. Y'all been calling these folk. Y'all been calling for war. Y'all been calling for war. Them folk, once in time you start talking about folk gonna be destroyed, folk hiding, folk fake, basically, and they don't deserve to live. Gas chamber time is coming back up. They feel some type of way. There's a few people that see it through it and say this don't have nothing to do with color. We need to pay more attention to a darker hue of Jew. And it has been a skin thing in Judaism. You heard the young sister. She said she was going to Jewish private school, and they went out to she went out to lunch, and when she was coming back in, the rabbi was like, "Hey, what are you doing here? You don't belong here." She said, "This is my class." And you know, and he made a statement that, "How can you be Jew? You're black." And she said, "At that time, I knew I was different. Ethiopian Jew that came to this country and was going to school." When people start running around here talking about race and hate, and like I'm gonna bring the other brother up talking about vocab and stuff. Folk, nobody, I don't know vocab, and people talking like urban apologists out here putting in the work that vocab is doing towards Hebrew Israelism and saying certain things. It could be problems. It could be problems because it's not really that. This American version and what's being taught over here. That's how I'm saying we got to separate all of it. We got to separate all of this stuff and know what conversations we're having, because the thing that I feared the most, that folk gonna lump all this stuff together. Now every Ethiopian Jew, every person that's black, every y'all already know a good bit of church got everybody that claiming Israel going to hell. Including my man, that's something I said, I didn't want no disrespect in the funeral. You talking about you ain't eating no pork, you going to hell. You keeping the Shabbat, you going straight to hell. And some folk running around here, you got a good bit of Christians that's running around here believing that. Not everybody, but you got folk believing crazy stuff because they're hearing YouTubers talk crazy, ignorant, and good and crazy. Let's just put it that way. Let me stop this and pull this thing up. I think this last one I'm gonna get out of here. They probably think I'm traveling right now, so they're not nervous when I call to find out where I'm at right now. Dunamis, come. Let me tell you this Dunamis on the side. Fair use. Somebody give me some fair use.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Boker Tov to many of you out there, all my Hebrew brothers and sisters, all my Jewish brothers and sisters. What's going on? Shout out to all the black Jews who are out there. Listen, I was waiting a couple of weeks. Been waiting quietly, just been sitting back chilling and just watching this thing and watching how things unfold and things that we pretty much predicted that would take place. Well, since my last warning video, I know I gave y'all the steps. I gave you the steps. Well, I don't want to say y'all. I was speaking to a specific individual.
I'm gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna leave this. No, I said I was gonna put fair use up, Alton. Dunamis. I said I was gonna put fair use up, but I'm gonna leave this right here. What say ye on this? What say ye? It's a faithful sister in Yah. Come on now. You ain't made the block list. And I said, certain folk, I'm not even putting back on the block list. Look at this. The Limber Jews got their DNA from Ashkenazi. That's that Cohen gene that them folk talking about. I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but we can't let that go. Y'all know Timmy Tim come around here to blow. Y'all know what he come around here to do. Is this fact? Somebody else just said something. I am that I am just said something about Ashkenazi. And because y'all see that word in Genesis, did y'all just, let me let this play because it's too early. I'll be on here the whole hour messing around with y'all in these questions.
The urban antagonist, who just has such a disdain for anyone that identifies as a Black Jew. It's really funny that after I did that video, as I anticipated it, as me and my cousin, Pastor Kelly Richardson, anticipated, who is also a Black Jew as well, anticipated that they would take the video after I asked them nicely not to mention our name. It doesn't matter. You can talk about the work, you can talk about the pews, you can talk about whatever. Just keep our name out of the middle of all this.
Now, I want to ask y'all a question because I really don't know. Can you just ask that as pastors in the community? Can you just ask that? Just don't say our name, or can you command that because according to law something could be done? And it's vocab. I know everybody know, but basically, Dunamis, this your man. Come get vocab. Can you just ask vocab not to do it? That's what this is coming down to for this. For, anybody that may not know what's going on. Or there's some legal ramifications that can take place behind that because you don't have to. Somebody said free speech. That's enough. That's enough. Now, if you asked out of respect to do some stuff, if you asked out of respect, I've asked people in different community to do stuff out of respect. You think they're gonna do what they want to do. But I've done a lot of stuff out of respect because I think respect go a long way. What say y'all on this though?
But that was strategic. We knew that they could not help themselves. Or let me stop saying they. He could not help himself because he's the mastermind behind all of this. He is the mastermind behind all of these videos. In fact, he is the head leader of the conglomerate of the urban apologists. And he has a lot of influence. And so we know that Brother Dante Fortson has done a list of races, people within that community. And so I too myself, some of them that are on that list, me and my cousin have also, watching and over the last almost 2 years, watching and connecting the dots so that we can.
Let me ask y'all one question because I'm thinking around that. You think you Black Jews got the strength them light-skinned Jews got? Y'all think y'all got the power to sway as they do? Because that's what people saying, they got power. They'll make them NBA dudes get to bowing. Y'all think y'all got the power to make folk bow? When we say bow, we don't literally mean bow like no kiss and boot video and all that craziness, but to just do what you want or do what they were going to. So they're like, yo, listen, if we told y'all don't speak on such and such, you can't speak on such and such. Don't play yourself. Come on, red letter. Fair use.
Take this necessary step. As I said in the video, first was the YouTube channel. Now, let me explain that. First, the YouTube channel, what we did was we did it ourselves, knowing what our next step would be because we knew that they were going to continue, or he would continue to make videos about us. Mr. Malone, make videos about us on his channels. The street apologist who has an issue with Black Jews. Not only that, and specifically me and my cousin, if you go on this channel, you will find that he has a folder that's dedicated to me and my cousin. Out of all of the folders on his channel, me and my cousin is up there in the top 3 with most videos against us before we even said anything about Mr. Malone. And so we've seen several videos with calling coons. We've seen the Slave in the USA video. We've seen all of these things showing the issues that he had against Black Jews. Well, let me get to my point here. Okay. Let me get to my point, because this is not just something that has happened. There are also brothers, white Jewish brothers that I've had discussion with who I've also shared his information with because he has an issue, seeming though. And so I'm going to get to the point of this, okay? I'm doing this video because for someone to post up in front of my cousin's synagogue or temple, right? To go and do a video, and then not only that, after the video, we had the video taken down off of his channel. We knew that he would re-upload the video. We knew that he would personally go edit the video and re-upload it because of his disdain for Black Jews. So we waited and watched. He did exactly what we anticipated. Not only that, but him bullying my cousin, Pastor Kelly, by tagging him in the community tag, calling him a coward, and that he would not face him because he was a coward.
Y'all know he won I think from the 400-year conversation I was on with Muhammad, and I don't know who was on Muhammad, Pastor Kelly. Y'all seen that other video, Dante? A few people was on there. We were talking. The vocab got to hold up them signs, and he wanted to debate on Pastor Kelly on something. I forget what it was exactly. Somebody could refresh my memory. He wanted to debate him on something specifically, and they said even with the video thing, when they wanted to pull a video, they was like he's trying to lure him into a debate. Vocab do want to discuss some things he's going to go in.
And then he goes down to Richmond, Virginia, or Henrico, Virginia, to post up in front of his church. Another form of intimidation that he did. He did that video in front of all of it was his idea to do this video, to show a form of the intimidation. Why? Because he's going out in front of the camps. For someone to do all of this, it's amazing that they refused to go down to their P.O. box after a letter was sent and attached to his door that 2 certified letters is waiting for him. Yes, brothers and sisters, our attorney has sent 2 certified letters on October 19th. It also arrived in Phoenix, Arizona. They attempted to deliver it. They left the notification, and it's been since around the 22nd of October, or maybe the 25th of October. Mr. Malone refuses to go down because he knows what's waiting for him. He refused to go down and obtain his certified letters from our attorney. Now, this is amazing from somebody who's such a strong bully, someone who turns around and calls other pastors, cowards and things like that, and yet they refuse. And not only that, mind you, he's also made even threats to even say that I in Boone Church is on number 1 on his list to come down to our congregation. We don't know what he's going to do. In this day and age, with all this stuff going on with anti-Semitism, we don't know what he's capable of. We don't know what he's going to do. So, brothers and sisters, all I'm saying is, someone to be so strong, so confident, so arrogant, someone who has such a problem with those of us in this community who identifies as either Jewish or Black Jews or Israelites, for someone to do that, they have such a lack of courage to go down and check their P.O. box after a letter was you know, when they deliver certified mail, they leave you a sticky note letting you know that you have certified mail. And my question is, why won't you go get the mail? You got two certified letters. Well, one, because you're not expecting it, and two, if you know that you got it, you know that these two certified letters is coming from somewhere, and you understand the importance of certified mail. But don't worry, you're not getting away. This is just the beginning. Over the past, remember all the videos, brothers and sisters? Remember the videos by his second-hand man in command? Remember all of the videos that his second man, the Catholic in command?
Somebody dig a boo up. Boo, where you at? Come out them bushes hiding.
That said, we did all these bluff videos and mockery videos. Yeah, both of them are the ringleaders of this thing. But the main guy who's the head of all is the street apologist. So, brothers and sisters, this is just the start. I am the right Jew to deal with. I don't want to say, you know, in our world, we say, I'm the right one. I'm the right one. Because, see, contrary to popular belief, a lot of our brothers, they don't want to deal with, you know, light-skinned folks. I have no problem with it.
All right, y'all getting ready to learn something right now. This is dangerous. This is where the difference is. This guy right here, he don't preach no day fake. He don't preach none of that. He rocks with light-skinned folk. That's where it's a little different. He rocks with them folk. I wish, I can't even, I'm just here to play the videos. I ain't even gonna put my 2 cents in. But I can't lie, I wish more of y'all would rock. Maybe if y'all get together, y'all will become stronger. But no, so many of y'all gotta come and preach. Y'all see, where Timothy Isaac at? Y'all already know y'all gotta come and preach. They fake. They books say that our books say they fake, so we gotta say they fake, and we gotta preach the whole truth. And Irvin gotta stand on the truth. Kanye gotta stand on the truth, and a bunch of y'all gotta stand on what y'all say y'all truth is. That there's fake ones, and the fake ones started slave trade, and they're hiding your identity. So the whole truth has to be preached. But other people, on the other hand, saying that's straight hate speech, and y'all want to put people in the gas chamber. Therefore, y'all dangerous. So y'all feel y'all can just get on here and just say what y'all want to say. And if folk got a little bit of money, if folk got a little influence on Capitol Hill, if folk got a little influence with the government, with technology, with Facebook, if folk got a little influence with Twitter, what you think them people going to do? Let you say words and say their name and do what you want to do? Or they going to start shutting down accounts? Like if they did that to Kanye to shut down that account, if they did that to the president shutting down the account, what you think they finna do to you regular people? Some of y'all regular. I know y'all feel special because what y'all read in that book, but some of y'all regular. What you think they're going to do to you regular people for spreading that stuff? Now, are they part of the Illuminati? We're going to talk about all of that stuff, of course. I see some other videos come up and some other people talking, and they don't know what in the world they talking. They just talking crazy. Hear them out, though. Hear them out.
Associating with light-skinned folk. You learn things from light-skinned folk. And so here's the thing. You got 10 days. So you might as well go get the letter because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't go get it or not. As I told you before, we're in phase 2 of the first phase. The only next phase is, you know what's next. And we got enough records and enough reports and enough track record to make sure that you don't deal with Black Jews again. Shalom to you. No, in fact, shalom to everyone out there. There are some awesome Christian brothers and sisters out here that I call my brothers and sisters. So this is not just directed at every Christian brother and sister. There's some good brothers and sisters, some good Christian brothers.
What say ye on that right there? What? I don't even, I jumped, I know I jumped ahead because I think the video was getting ready to stop. I jumped ahead and said, let me play this. But what say ye? Let me call and see what, let me look, let me see what this, let me see what the Uber gonna cost because I might have to stay on here for a minute. What say ye on that? Type on if y'all can hear me. Now, the last part got me. I seen my man in them post the video, but I tell you how I was knocked out after eating that good jerk chicken. I was out last night. So I turns around and I'm playing it now. That part, I didn't even hear that part right there. Vocab, do me a favor. Matter of fact, let me hit Vocab. Answer your, go ahead and get that email. We gotta see what's gonna become of this. But there's other people that's gonna get on the list also. There's other people that's going to get on the list also. So now, is this just a form of, somebody said I'm muted? Or maybe the text is behind. Is this a form of what the other people do? Just don't talk about us. We special people on the planet. Nobody talk about us. Is that just what this is right here? I don't know. Let me play some of this shocker right here. That last part shocked me. They getting ready. Some people say the gall. You got the nerve to come at the other people. That what some people may feel. Fair use. That type of one of the video playing.
I thought that was unfortunate.
Now, you said the DNA studies was misrepresented. What do you mean by that?
Studies were misrepresented. They focused on certain subclades and haplogroups that, when not looked at in their proper context, could basically lead you to believe whatever the presenter wants you to believe. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of it was very subjective and very taken out of context, because when you read the actual genetic studies based on these subjects that were presented here, you're going to get a completely different story. You're going to get a very, very different story, right? So let me give you an example of what I mean. You asked me earlier, or we were talking about, I was explaining to you earlier the problem with the Hebrew Israelite approach to all of this. The problem with the Hebrew Israelite approach to all of this is they take a mythos, scientific paradigm, and they present it to you as truth. Let me give you an example of what I mean. You start with an unscientific premise, right? A mythological premise. Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and Noah. This is mythology. That's not history. Okay?
These are not real people.
This is mythology. Okay?
Right.
So you take these mythological figures, and then you arrive at scientific conclusions about them. That's not how science works. Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Right, right.
That's not. In other words, you have to start with a scientific premise, and then you end with a scientific conclusion. That's science. So what they did with this film was they started with mythological premises, and they gave it the veneer and the facade of science, right? And the way that they moved through the studies with the EB13 and the way they moved through the studies with these haplogroups, it was done so quickly and so rapidly that if you don't know science and if you have not familiarized yourself with that.
I want to stop here. For a minute. I want to address this comment. Look at this right here. Look at what my man said. He's a shocker utmost. That's who the urban apologist going to now. That's I'm saying. Some of y'all be missing the point that a lot of the stuff that's been said, this thing is so far beyond urban apologists. Hollywood done heard this now. So now people examining Ron Dalton. Oh, Professor Katz going to come back up. All of the people and go through the history. Who has the videos out here? So so now vocab channel gonna grow. People gonna listen to vocab. People on the other side, they want to hear, what is this hate speech? We ain't been doing nothing over here. I've been saying separate the people. So please, this is deeper than urban apologists. This ain't Shaka ain't dealing with no urban apologists on this. You know he been blowing at the Israelites. So being that we deal with all things Israel, all things Jewish, we said we're gonna put it out there because Shaka said something, just like I played Pastor Brown. Because it has to do with vocab and it's part of the community. It's where the community information, we're going to put out there what's what. I don't want to just get caught up into my man's funeral and stuff like that, and we don't do what we normally do. So I came on, I made the announcement and told y'all what I was planning on doing with the flowers. But now what we're hearing from Plumber Wife, what he never really wanted was a service in the way that we would understand, like a Christian service or whatever. And he desired cremation and all of that stuff. But at the same time, I said, let me catch up. Because I'm busy with my church people and all of that, busy at work. I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. But I said, let me just play some of these videos that's been out. And this video was dropped because of this Kanye thing, that Kyrie thing, and statements that were being made. And it's all leading back to y'all sources. And part of y'all sources is information that Pastor Kelly, any information that Israelites are putting out. Benaiah Israel stuff. Who else is putting out information? Ron Dalton from Hebrew to Negroes. Y'all know how many professors, y'all know how many people are looking at that video now? I've been told y'all they was come around looking. It's folk looking. It's folk looking. Now, folks saying, it's Hebrew to Negroes. I'm gonna have to go lay into it tonight. Is it pseudo? Is Ron Dalton pseudo? Is the information pseudo, and is it just propaganda? Of course, you were Israelite. Of course, you would say, no, it's pseudo. He got receipts. Because you were Israelite. You're supposed to say that. But at the same time, I'm not dumb. Can a Jewish person write good, pure truth on the Holocaust? Who parents had serial numbers on their arms? Who grandparents died in the gas chambers? Can they write a real history? It don't mean because you're Israelite that you can put out good, straight, legit history dealing with the slave trade and everything. Let me let this video play. I ain't even see about Uber yet. You see that? And he's not the only one. This is what we're going to have to address. It ain't nobody, when they saying, don't say my name, we just ain't eating everything on the table. Now, a lot of people are saying that Ron Dalton's research is pseudo. I don't know. I didn't even lay into it. I'm not looking for no identity. But I'm going to lay into it. I'm going to see what others say. And we may have to, like I said, other guys said they're watching the throne thing. We're going to play it. We're going to play it in the midst of everybody and lay into it. Garfield, I ain't even talking about Garfield. Good morning, brother. We ain't going to deal with him early in the morning. Fair use. But this is what Kanye and these dudes are doing. Garfield is bringing this Hebrew research into new light. So if it's research, it's research. It's going to stand in the light of world scrutiny now. Not urban apologists. No, y'all, it's bigger than that. This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted the floor. Y'all wanted the spotlight. Y'all say Yah's truth is the whole truth. And it's going to come, and now it's out here. Now, if it's Yah's truth, if it's really truth, it's going to stand to science. It's going to stand to anthropology. It's going to stand to everything because all truth is God's truth, right? Right? Fair use.
Actual genetic studies. I know the genetic studies, the actual genetic studies. That's why I know it was all bullshit.
Right.
It was all bullshit. I've read the genetic studies. All of that was bullshit in the film and so in the documentary. Right? There's no person who actually studies genetics that would take any of that serious. No person. So it was a misrepresentation. And
now I got to take them back. Was Garfield saying that? When we start dealing with the DNA and what certain people saying was done, Genesis 49 dudes saying that. So now it's coming out to a bigger light in a bigger community. And now another community, more communities are paying more attention to different things. And they're going to be looking who's spreading this. According to DNA, these people, this, who's saying that? That's all it is. Our time has come. For us folk that like discussing this, like laying into this, our time has come. Oh no, what in the Ron Dalton's resources come from them people? Now y'all know who, when we say them people, faithful system, y'all know when we say them people, y'all know who we talking about.
And what it did was It took somebody with limited knowledge about this stuff who put his ideology before the facts. See, the ideology, Ronald Dalton, the brother that put this, his ideology precedes the facts. That's a problem. Because what that means is I have a belief and I'm going to present the quote unquote science in a way that makes it appear as if my belief has been established by the science. That's mind fuckery. That's what the film did.
So this is why they banged hard on Kyrie, you say, because they was coming out saying that the documentary was not real. This was all, the history was not real in the history.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. The fact that the film is garbage, and it is.
Now we can't forget that he's speaking, he's speaking, but he could have an agenda also. See that I tell people sometimes we got to get. I'm a little different than the other folk. You see, when you see this guy on, y'all see General Yohana on, and y'all see him got his regalia, y'all laugh. Some people call it Power Ranger stuff. Other people say it's high priestly stuff. Them GMS guys with the rice bags they wearing, and y'all see the Power Ranger suits. Y'all see when y'all see Jabari come on, he coming on with his X-Clan stuff, with his Comedic Osiris stuff and the cross, or he got the Unk and what's Shaka Wan? What's Shaka Wan? What this Osiris? What's going on with this Kemetic stuff? These dudes are speaking he's speaking as a priest of Kemet. He's speaking as somebody with a Kemetic influence, but can he speak real truth? Yes, he can, but at the same time, we got to be careful. See that some people, listen, I'm just here to let people come and let people talk. Ain't nobody wearing no cross, ain't nobody wearing no Unk, ain't nobody rocking no tattoos, ain't nobody rocking no Kemet, ain't nobody rocking none of that. We just say the original man. None of them crosses, none of them symbols. People need symbols. People need stars and crosses, and some people just need that stuff. So we got to be careful, because he's right. He's talking about one order or one people that say that they follow a certain order, and he comes from an order. And y'all know from the gate, it's been Egypt, Israel, it's been beef from Genesis. Y'all read the book. It's been beef. But y'all was birthed in Egypt. Y'all folk that believe that story right there. That y'all done bloodline to some. Y'all was birthed. Y'all came in small, but y'all became a nation within a nation, like y'all are kind of right now. Fair use.
The fact that the film is garbage is not because the Jewish reaction to it. Look, overall, if I had to just make an overall conclusion, I think the Jewish reaction to it is understandable.
What did Shaka just say? Good morning, Abe. What's good with you? Thank you, brother in Super Chat. Listen to this. As a professor in Hebrew, I knew this day was coming and that DNA thing would come under scrutiny. So now what do you think about the DNA thing? Matter of fact, all you folk that was in here preaching the DNA, lifting up the DNA, where y'all at right now? Is the DNA thing going to stand? We was beefing. When that CATS thing came out, they was like, yo, we got to get DNA. We got to get specialists on it, because some people knew it was like, yo, we got to see where this thing going to go. People blowing. Y'all didn't want to hear what Garfield and them was talking about. No. And then other people started saying something. And some of y'all top people that said they was dealing with some of that in school, they started saying some different things, but they turned around and they started lifting up some of the people in the land. Where for charity yet? Don't make me pull up the video. Don't make me call it sick today. I'll pull the videos up now. We ain't gonna act. See, one thing about this body of work, when we jump on here, when we grab this microphone, when we jump up in the comment section, nothing is really deleted. Nothing really gone. Nothing really gone. So don't start acting crazy. And now, if you say, yo, I was looking at it, I thought it was this way, but my position has changed, that's okay. But don't make no positions and then just disappear like you ain't never had a position in the past. No. You crazy? We're going to bring it up. Now, wait a minute, Garfield, you got video, because this is interesting now. And even people within the community said, yeah, that work they doing, that DNA work they doing, that work. Well, we're gonna see, because it's a good chance that them other light-skinned people that have been doing DNA gonna agree with some of them. Then what? Come on, y'all, let's talk for a minute. Then what's gonna happen? Of course, there were 2 or 3 people that said, yo, DNA don't mean nothing. They Israel by faith. Including, I think, let me hit Elder Green, including, I think, Pastor Green. Now that's different. Y'all know my man Plummer wasn't never really rounded with that DNA too. So we do have people with different positions. Now, if y'all say DNA can get people freed from prison after doing 25 years, if DNA can free people, if DNA can prove the baby daddy, DNA fits in somewhere. So let's not act crazy. Let's not act crazy.
It's understandable. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's unlike it's really if you really knew how egregious the film was. Now the issue I have is that most of the people critiquing the film have not seen the film. They're just running with sound bites, anti-Semitic this, anti-Semitic that. The greatest crime of this film is not anti-Semitism. The greatest crime of the film is, if you really want to get into it, there is an anti-Semitic theme to it. But you would have to really get deep into the conversation.
But hold on, Shaka.
Yeah.
Let me bust your pinata open real quick.
Okay.
There's really, when you really think about it, there's really no such thing as anti-Semite or anti-Semitism because it was all made up. These are all mythological creatures. The Noah, the Shem, and these are not real people. So
you're not
Shaka.
busting my pinata. Stop.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
All right.
Break it down, brother. If these people were not real, then how can they
Stop.
be Shem
Stop.
or Semite?
That's not the point.
Go ahead.
The point is that shout out to Tasha K. I know I gotta shout out my sister because she interviewed me on her platform a few years ago. And if you watch that interview, I said early on in the interview, I said, you have to understand the ages that we are living in. And most people don't because they don't understand the succession. And what I said was, these are the ages. And if you understand the ages, you'll know what's going on right now. I said, first we had the Industrial Revolution. Of course, there are ages before that. I'm talking about modern times. So-called. All right?
Yes, this is live.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
So you didn't tell me we were live.
Yeah. You know, I'm filming you. Hey, yo, listen. We live. Don't make a big fuss.
Bro,
don't make a big fuss, man.
Making the same faux pas, bro.
You're right, brother. You're right. When you see my phone,
all you gotta do is be like, yo,
Shaka. You know they love to see us go in, right? When you see my phone up, I always do like let me finish. Let me get it out. I always do like maybe a 10-minute to let the people know promotion. This is coming, y'all. This is coming.
All right, that's cool. But I'm saying, let me know.
Oh, okay. You're right, brother.
What if I say to do something I'm thinking we just filming it, you can cut it out?
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. Do me a favor, Sister Ernestine. I seen your thank you. I appreciate you. I just see an email, but somebody else just sent me something with Plummer talking. I think Plummer was talking to Sister E. I'm playing the video. The video disappeared. Somebody just sent me that video. Send me that clip back. I'm trying to find this thing. That'd have been good to play right here before I got out of here. I'm trying to look for this thing, but I see your email, Sister Dr. Ernestine. Thank you. I appreciate you. Here you.
We're live. But I did let you know. I say we're live.
You did not. You did not.
All right, go ahead, brother.
All right.
You're right, though. I should have let you know.
Okay. It's like, yo, motherfucker be putting your ass.
No, Shaka don't. I'm under the impression that Shaka don't believe that Shem was real. A lot, and there are Bible scholars. There are Bible scholars that really seriously question the first 12 chapters, and we have wrestled with how you're supposed to understand the first 11 chapters of Genesis. So there are people that don't believe, like when we start talking about people and how people existed and how movements existed, and how they came about and how you're supposed to look at the earlier stages of it. I seen just I seen some other people, sister on the channel, and they was talking about Freemasonry didn't come around till 1717. So what are them guys talking about with the King James Bible and all of this other stuff? And it's a little problematic, because even if you look at British Israelism worldwide, look at somebody, let me pull up that organization, British Israelism Worldwide, and you talk about British Israelism, it already existed. We got Cook, we got Honeywell manuscript, 1717. What they say is a Grand Lodge in Europe came about. But we got Cook, we got Honeywell, we got manuscripts from the 1400 that somebody was practicing Freemasonry. A Grand Lodge is just like a denomination. When you form the Church of God in Christ, there were people already speaking in tongues, but the organization was just formed. But somebody had to already be practicing the thing before an organization is formed, just like British Israelism worldwide. That's a whole nother thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get some rec with y'all and show y'all some of that. Of course, this is ancient, and that started in 1919. Where they started saying people in Israel were the people of God, were the 10 lost tribes. I'm gonna show y'all that. Let me show y'all what the internet say about it, because they say the whole thing is based off of that same Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and that thing is just pseudo. It's built, and them light-skinned folk and the people that's talking about it, they say it's built off of pseudo information and pseudo history. That's how some people challenge y'all. I'm in trouble now. What time is it? All right, I got all right.
Ass out there, and they don't even care or realize they putting you in a sling.
They looking at you.
I don't care, bro. Yo. So anyway, let me know. We live. So I'm like, all right, cool. I can put my live cap on.
Got you.
All right.
I got you.
So
go in now. We live, goddammit.
All right. So I said that there are different ages that we have to speak about in succession to understand where we are now. And this is what I said in the Tasha K interview. And I'm going to repeat it again because nobody listened to me when I said it the first time. And you can always tell us stupid people because they don't listen to the ones amongst them who can see. Okay? And what I said was, we went through the Industrial Revolution.
Wait a minute, y'all couldn't hear Shaka? You couldn't hear Shaka talking? I'm not talking about me. I wasn't talking. I just switched the screen over. Let me, on type of one, I got to wait now. I got to wait. I know y'all a couple of seconds behind me. If y'all didn't hear Shaka talking, I thought when I took it off screen to bring up the other. Can you hear me now? She said, no sound again. No. Uh-oh, let me get off the internet. I'm messing around there. I'm thinking, no, we heard that. Oh, you heard Shaka. Oh, no. If you heard Shaka, I just switched the screen so y'all could see that British, so y'all could see that. We heard the video. Yeah, I wanted y'all to, all right, I thought I was doing it right. I wanted y'all to hear the video. But I wanted to show y'all something. This, I wanted y'all to look at the screen. I think I could do multiple things at one time. This is them right here. Look at this, British Israelite World Federation. The British Israelite World Federation came about later on after so many Europeans started saying that they were Israelites. And they're fulfilling prophecy in the Bible. Then the Federation was started in 1919. But we had people 80 years, 60 years earlier than that was claiming there was Israel in Europe. They already had a chart in Europe. But when people in Australia started saying that they're Israelites and popping up all over, now remember when I was beefing with Kelly and them, that I was talking to the rabbis, he was like, oh, this Israel thing, he said, it's taking the world by storm. He said, you're going to see everybody claiming Israel. And sure enough, we're living in, Roger, why do Roger be coming around here? Because now he's going to get on the Pentecostalism, and I've been trying not to block. I believe God is doing something special in Detroit, but when you see people like Roger and them, I don't know, Alton. I got to second guess myself. I be having to second guess myself. But this is, when we start talking about this right here, they believe in some intercept. The church replaced Israel, i.e. replacement theology. These are the things that they deal with. Now, if you look at these, the only difference from these people and a lot of people that come on, or a lot of people that you would hear in other places, is the complexion of the people's skin. Oh, these folk think they're doing God's will, and God has blessed Europe God blessed Europe as a whole. They don't want to talk about slavery too much, but God has blessed Europe financially and raised Europe above so many nations. I said Europe, different countries in Europe, that the tribes are spread all around. And God has blessed individual tribes and individual countries in different places, including Canada. That's why the Europeans are so blessed, because they're the people of the Bible. I don't know. I know a devil's going to take this and cut this and say that this is what I'm saying, but this ain't that. We just showing y'all some folk been around. Let me go back to Shaka and play this video and try to go on me a cab. Too late takes any other form of transportation out here. And then they want to start, then church people beef with me the first thing they want to say, you got your car chilling here with no plates on it. We work together. But as soon as they see me, they be ready to, I'm chilling. I ain't paying them no mind. I'm chilling right now. Fair use.
Look at Russia and Ukraine. Identity politics. Russia is saying they are Russians. Ukrainians are saying, no, we are Ukrainians. And everybody gives these historical perspectives of why they're right. But it's all about identity. Do you understand this?
I got you.
All right? If you go to Nigeria and you deal with certain groups, certain ethnic groups, between the North and the South, and resources and all this other stuff, it's identity.
Okay, I want to keep you focused on the movie where we.
So, all right. So, this conflagration going on within and without the Black community deals with identity politics. Okay? And you asked me earlier, we were talking about anti-Semitism, right? And you said there's no such thing as anti-Semitism. What I'm saying to you is that in the context of identity politics, if you have a group that is grounded in their identity and they base their premise of reality on their identity, and if they identify as Semites, or better yet, if a transsexual person identifies as a female, right? Or if a transsexual person who used to be a female now identifies as a male, it's still all identity politics. I could scream this at the top of my lungs, and the dumb people out there will not fucking hear me. And most of the dumb people are sitting on news channels reporting the fucking news and don't have a clue of what's going on. Most of them have not watched the movie. They don't have any educated insight or perspective about what was wrong about the film, about what was right about the film. Most of them are saying what they are being paid to say. Okay? Period. Because you never hear them argue the merits or the detrimental aspects of the film. They don't even give it a name. They don't say the name. They just talk about anti-Semitic. They use the byword or the soundbite, anti-Semitic, right? And that's a dog whistle, and it's not cool. It's not cool for the Jewish community, right? For a number of reasons, it's really not cool, and that's something that we're going to have to talk about at some time.
Now, when you say things like that, remember, I'm just here doing the interview. Don't get mad at me.
Yeah.
When you say things like, it's really not cool for the Jewish community.
Yeah.
some people might say, well, what the hell do you care about the Jewish community? They've been doing us wrong for how many years? I don't care if it's cool or good or bad. That's what I'm just saying. Some people will accuse you of maybe defending the Jewish community.
But
that would be out there.
But here's the thing, though. But those people do not have, in other words, as a historian, I really don't care about the opinions of historically illiterate people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the luxury of caring about what historically illiterate people think. Historically illiterate people are into popularity contests.
Somebody said right now, I saw the film and he came with receipts.
You can only call them receipts if you study genetics. See, what I'm saying? Stupid people.
Right.
Okay, let me
go in.
Let me explain something about stupid people. Stupid people are the last people to realize that they are stupid. So that's the first thing
Right.
that you have to remember.
Right.
Stupid people are the last people to realize how stupid they are. Okay, so you have to remember that. So when a stupid person says the film came with receipts, right? They are only receipts, quote unquote receipts, until you realize no receipts were bought. Okay, no receipts were bought. All right, those are only receipts if you don't know what to look for.
Right, they got to be a Hebrew or something.
Right. Those are only receipts if you don't know what to look for.
Right.
Those are only receipts. Think about people who sell drugs in the street. How many times how many times has a drug dealer, when maybe he couldn't get a connect, how many times have people who sold drugs?
Dunamis, come on the screen. Look at Minister Chris' question towards Shaka.
He is a historian. I mean, when you say historian, what do you mean when you say that? Because he talks about history. Now, whether or not it's accurate or not, that's another conversation.
I just noticed he cut his lock off.
Maybe the moon cycle or something. But
could be.
But Bree, hold on. We got Ken Tut's tomb. We got a lot of these pharaohs' tombs, right? We got a lot of ancient Egyptians mummified, right?
Yeah.
Has Shaka and the Kemetic folks, reached out to do genetic testing to see if they're genetically related to these folks, or they're just keeping that silent?
Somebody gonna say they ain't gonna like the answer, because y'all want to say, I'm gonna leave that alone, because y'all done found some light skinned redhead money with mummies with thin lips. I can't deal with these folk. I can't deal with these folk right now. But go ahead, I'm listening.
No, because one argument with Israelites, and they'll say with DNA that you can't find a true Israelite, or you can't go that far back, right? But he gonna bang on DNA. Can DNA be used in his community, and will that debunk certain claims that they're making? You know what I'm saying? Are they willing to go that far? Pull their money together.
Matter of fact, that's fair. Matter of fact, you brought out a good point, because if y'all gonna blow at Israel and y'all gonna blow at that Bible, let's make sure what Dr. Ben with them folk done touch, because these folks, they don't believe it's just that 25th dynasty. They don't believe some Nubians went up in there and was controlling. They believe all them dynasties. When Benito gave y'all that dynasty list of dynasties up to that 33rd, they believe later on now Alexander and them that wanted to come on them last little few dynasties, but all them preceding dynasties, they believe all them was black folk. They believe all them was black folk, and they are going against what Egyptologists, they're going against anthropologists, they're going against what some other people are saying. So you brought up a good point. Go ahead.
And then if they're gonna say now going on the person they believe that Shem isn't real, and from my understanding, a lot of Egyptian history is tied into mythology, where you have certain pharaohs, certain people were God figures.
I think everybody history, even the way Rome came about, nobody's denying the Roman Empire, but Romulus, them two with the how that story go, how Rome was developed, y'all. Let me hear that story from y'all. We're the Bible. I mean, we're the historians at. Everybody got a little bit of a mythos, and when we say myth, it don't even mean a lie in the sense when historians are talking about it. But we're gonna see. Hold on, Dunamis. The realness. Come onto the microphone. We know you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How everybody doing?
All right, can't complain.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was just saying, bro, you can go on Al Jazeera. Yesterday, it was this rabbi of them people. He was on there and he was talking against Zionism yesterday. His name is Dovid Weiss. And then what happened? Pastor Kelly was on this dude's little YouTube channel, what have you, and he had the book that Ron Dalton made, and the book had all the footnotes, and every footnote that he used was from them people.
Everyone.
He didn't quote nothing that he didn't get from them people. So Ron Dalton,
that white bottle medicine there. Oh, that's gonna be beef there.
That is serious beef, because every footnote that he got was from them people. It was and the New York Times. He quoted another one from the New York Times about Bergen-Belsen and not Auschwitz, but the other. It's another torture chamber over there in Poland, and how the people was trying to change the plaque, but they changed the plaques. That, you know how they the Jews be, well, those people be saying how it's 6 million people. They was complaining. They was complaining that there was other people who got killed in the torture chambers.
Yes,
they
correct.
was complaining that those people wasn't getting enough light. They were saying that too many of the other people was getting light. So what they did instead,
a lot of people don't know different Christians were killed there. Jehovah's Witness, Freemasons, different people. A lot of people end up killed there, but they only mention certain people.
Right. So those people was complaining, saying that, you know, y'all should say that more of us got killed over there. So what they did was they went to the records, went in, found out what happened, and they reduced the number, because on the plaque it said 4 million. They reduced it down to 1.5.
That's why they beefing. That's what's going to come up with the Kyrie Irving. They're going to try to say because they're looking at Ron Dalton. They're saying a lot of people, there's signs that you look at when you find anti-Semitism, you're going to find Holocaust deniers, but they're trying to not just Holocaust deniers. They're trying to say if you amp up the numbers, that they're trying to put you under that Holocaust denier, and they're trying to put Ron Dalton underneath that. There's certain things the JDL, Jewish Defamation League, and all of those other organizations look for, and they look for certain things in hate groups, and they say most hate groups, they always deny the Holocaust, and that's how they've been doing it historically. But they're not only saying just deny the Holocaust. If you deny the Holocaust, or if you doubt the official numbers that's put out, you're kind of anti-Semitic, and they're putting that heavy on Ron Dalton. Some stuff is going to be coming out, and if you use his work, you got to say they want him. Can you deny all of Ron Dalton's work just because you don't agree with one part? Plenty books, plenty videos I watch. I don't agree with everything, but they being slicker. Y'all got to watch the slickness. The Fugazi is in here right now, and they're going to try to make people back up off of this basketball player and back up off of Kanye based on some stuff like that. Because if you say something like, "Yo, I don't even think the Holocaust went down the way to," oh, wait a minute, and that's beef right there. Go ahead.
That's exactly what you said is exactly what they was pointing out. That what they're doing is they're trying to highlight stuff that's not really in the book. They really trying to insert some type of idea into the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then
like Ron, do you think the word is already being put out that Ron Dalton is anti-Semitic, and this is anti-Semitic hate speech and propaganda. That's the word they trying to, and usually whoever gets to the people with the story first, that's what people believe. It's hard to, once people believe something first, it's hard to that's the power of media and propaganda and stuff like that. I don't think a lot of people know how it works, but we're gonna see some spin doctoring going on. Ever since he did that video, he never said too much of anything. He just posted that Hebrews and Negroes, and he said something after Kanye said that. That was it. The spin doctors were at work. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Nobody, I didn't get the other email yet. Go ahead. Oh, hold on. Let me play some of this here. Let me see how much time I
sold some fake shit just to get the money.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who bought it thought they were getting the real thing, right?
Right.
They probably smoked it, thought they got high and everything. Placebo effect.
So to me, man, when people
But you know,
say
that was a perfect analogy. The things that you saw in that film, Hebrews to Negro, it's all placebo. It's all placebo because there were no real receipts in that film. How do I know? There's only one way that I can know. The only way that I can know that there were no real receipts bought in that film is I have to be acquainted with the actual receipts. Now, if I was to do a presentation on that film, you would see actual receipts. And then the stupid person.
Shaka's trying to say it's no receipts. It's all that. Now, Shaka, you don't work for them folk, we don't believe. Shaka's saying it's all pseudo. Is he saying that because he's from the conscious community? He just used to banging on Israel? Fair use.
That's what I think.
Would realize, oh, the film didn't bring any receipts.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't have time to cater to and to kowtow to stupid people on any side of the argument. Remember I told you, I said, who had the last word? The evidence and the facts. There was no evidence. Let me put it to you like this. There was evidence given in the film, but all evidence is not created equal. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody
was they talking about Hebrews coming over here as slaves on the slave ships?
Yes, yeah.
So how is that receipts? What the hell is wrong with these Negroes, Shaka?
Let me tell you how.
Knowing goddamn well there was not no damn Hebrew Israelites on the transatlantic slave coming over here. But they saying they receipts. But anyway,
all right, look at this. I got to get out of here, but look what somebody said right now. Look at what Ryan Harris said. Ryan said, Berean, is it real receipts when you actually talk to the people in Africa? Yeah, that's how come, like Orthodox Moore said, we got to slow it down. This is where all of the beef is coming out at now. The people in Africa, are they saying the same thing? Are they riding with the claims that y'all are making? I remember them Ethiopian sisters used to say, we ain't y'all. We ain't y'all. That's all the Ethiopian sisters used to be saying. How are we looking at this? Almost nobody that got sense that's been in the community is trying to say no, there was no dark-skinned Jews on the planet nowhere. Nobody's saying that. If you saying that, let me just get you out the community right now, because maybe I never had a chance to block you. Let me block you now and forevermore, banish you to outer darkness. Of course, nobody's saying that right there. But now we're going to compare the claims and, them limber claims. And like I said, everywhere we go, when we deal with the Dura Europa, when we dealing with the older synagogues, even the stories, it seemed like that come from some of them people in Africa, they seem to be connected to the light-skinned people, been around, been traveling, been merchants, and been had Torah. I'm telling you, this thing is getting ready to get interesting. I'm telling you, this thing is getting ready to get interesting. Fair use.
Let me tell you why they're saying their receipts.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. The reason they're saying their receipts is that what Brother Ronald Dalton did was he basically acted in the tradition of
all right, the video cut off. All right, y'all, I'm gonna get out of here now. I said I was gonna jump on for 10 minutes, mess around with y'all, and I'll be out here. Some people hit me, some of my personal folk hit me concerning this plumber thing, but now that I'm finding out they don't want to do it, because like I said, I had flowers in mind and to hit his son. So now I'm hearing that about a wife and his cousin. So when he come on, he's gonna give some information up. if they're going to have a memorial, I would like to send a Berean community nice setup there. But if they're not really doing anything big, or he didn't desire any type of funeral arrangement in that sense, I want to respect his wishes. So I'm not taking anything until I hear any more from them. If they say we can go ahead with flowers or whatever, like I said, I think I got two and change, 300, a couple of maybe 6 people. Shout out to them that already hit me, but I'm not collecting anything, and I don't know anybody else's official until I hear from his cousins and them, or like I said, my man that grew up a plumber, that knew plumbing them from since he was 13 years old. I ain't dealing with nothing. I ain't dealing with nothing with nobody else with no money outside of that. I don't know. I definitely ain't gonna be able to slide down there now, mess around with my car situation and 12 and all these other folk. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna stop this right here. Sean, you want to come to the microphone and say something on that plumbing situation or on the Shaka thing?
Yes. How you doing, Berean?
Yo, what's good with you?
I'm all right. As far as, at least, man, you said a lot. But with the Kyrie Irving situation, even as far as like the anti-Semitic thing, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of like, even though I still identify myself as a Hebrew, a lot of the ideologies I can't really rock with like that.
Like
one of the reasons,
like what specifically got you scratching your head?
Well, one of the reasons is because, well, number one, the way Hebrews bash everybody.
Yes.
I don't think that's productive. And then on top of that, yes. And then on top of that, so like me, I'm more geared towards the research part. So I want to research to see if these points are valid. And one of the things that I noticed as far as the research is I noticed that a lot of people that was talking about the Jews that was in Africa and identifying Black people with Jews were white Jewish people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
they took great concern. They were among the main ones when they heard people were out there practicing that. Tudor Parfit and a few other ones.
Right. And I think with the community it's difficult to separate the people that run the world from just regular people who are of the Jewish faith. So I think that there is it's like a confusion, a mix up there. But as far as, so you was talking about who started Rome. Yes, Rome was started by the Sidonians. The Sidonians.
No. What's the myth? What's the myth of the two? Is it two brothers with raised up by wolves? What's the myth?
Right. I think the name was Rome and Romulus or something like that.
Romulus, yes.
Right. And there's a big statue of Rome and Romulus in Rome, and you would see them under a dog sucking the dog's tits.
Yes, dog. Yes.
Right. And the dog in ancient times used to be a representation of the Canaanites. Because
all right, now so you're saying like Jesus in the Bible talking to the woman how they called her a dog?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Because there was a lot of knowledge and wisdom that came out of Sidonia. If you remember in the Old Testament when they was prophesying, he was prophesying to the Sidonian king. He mentioned him as if he was they used the word Lucifer, the Greek word Lucifer, but which is supposed to be the light bearer. But in the passage, it was talking about how he's so full of wisdom and he was amongst the stars, etc., etc. And so what it was is that it actually stems back from an older story of the angels that came down, saw women, made it with them, made the Nephilims, etc., etc. And it's this particular wisdom and knowledge that was imparted from the heavens to the earth, and that the Canaanites were they were the receivers of this knowledge coming out of Sidonia. Because if you remember during the time of Solomon, people always talk about how rich Solomon was, but they don't never really talk about how rich the Sidonians was. And the Bible called the Sidonians merchants. And they were some of the first seafaring people. You know, back in the days when they called them the Phoenicians. So they were some of the first
Yeah, they
seafaring
had
people.
boats to go. Everybody had boats, but I think they were known to go the furthest on boats to train and trade and get textile and bring other things back that people didn't have from different lands. Like
Right,
yes, yeah.
right.
But hold on a second. Let me see,
Yeah.
Dunamis, you wanted to say something before I see you had jumped off. Before I guess I got to get out of here. Now I know these Uber folk will switch up. They'll say 1 minute they'll say $17, and then 5 minutes later they'll say $35 because it's after 9 o'clock. Uber got a lot of G. They go according to they like Wall Street. They go up and down with their prices. But go ahead. I ain't gonna worry about that now.
No. I just jumped back on. My connection kicked out, so I had to step off, come back on.
All right, Sean. I'm gonna holler. We're gonna jump back on later on. I see Tora Group in the back. Tora Group, you wanted to say something before we get out of here?
Yeah, Beverly, can you hear me?
Oh no, you you ain't back in the office whispering again.
Yeah. I just I wanted to ask your forgiveness. I was dropping Plumber's Girl's Cash App. I spoke to her last night. I didn't know if you had something going on, but I just wanted to drop her Cash App because I know Plumber wasn't a Christian, so I just if anyone wanted to support, but I didn't know you had things going on, so please forgive me if I overstepped. But that was his girl's Cash App. That hashtag Iris is her Cash App. Uh, and again, she called me last night because I hit his phone when his son posted on Facebook. I thought it was a prank. I thought he had got hacked. So I hit his phone to see was it true. And she just called me back last night and told me what was what. So she sent me her Cash App, and I told her, I see what the community could do. So that's what I was putting on your channel. I hope you didn't get offended. Um, as far as this Ron Dalton book, I've met Ron Dalton. I bought his book. He signed the book, and I'm an Israelite, but I don't subscribe to the DNA. To me, the DNA has too many variables, too many moving parts, and it's their science. We didn't create that science. And they
Now,
got
now, now, one thing y'all ain't finna do, all y'all ain't finna back down off that DNA because y'all was on here riding strong. I don't know about you specifically, but now don't everybody get to backing down off the neck, because these light skinned folk done got a hold of this book.
Now you could check the videos I got out there. I always say like I don't knock the brothers, I don't knock anybody, but to me, you put too much control in their hands because now all they can say is, oh, we got it wrong. You're supposed to use this marker, and so now all these other tests y'all done did is wrong. So I subscribe to prophecy, and I will say this about Ron Dalton's work. Yes, he does rely heavily on science and DNA, but if you check his book and you check his movie, he always is tying it back to prophecy. So, like you said earlier, many people are going to come up claiming that Israel identity, and that's cool. It's going to happen, but can they claim the prophecies? I just found a piece of history yesterday on JSTOR about the Jews in Portugal. And this is the question I have for the other people. So it says the Jews in Portugal, they were forced by, death and torture to accept Christianity, aka Catholicism. And then it became Protestantism. So can those other people show us in history with resources where their families, where their people became Protestants? That's a challenge for these other people or anybody who's making claims that they're Israel. Show us with research that your people was forced into Christianity, aka Protestantism, because those other people, they've never lost their identity. They've always practiced the Torah. So I just want to say, yeah, I support his work, and this guy you got on the screen. I mean, this is just ghetto journalism at its worst, man. This is like watching Oswald Bates from Living Color, trying to use a bunch of fancy words. He don't know what he's talking about. Sinetta is the worst too. So that's all I had. Thank you for your time.
All right.
Go ahead.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. Hit me in the email with BrilliantTeachers@gmail.com with that other information. Dunamis, come on to the microphone. They said that Uber gonna be here in 5-10 minutes.
This goes into Everything.
You've been around. What do you think about? Because how do you see this whole thing going down? I played the Brown video. How you think this whole thing is going to go down in light of this next player, in light of Kanye? The information is out there. We've been doing this for years, having these discussions. Now it's going to go in a whole new direction. You think propaganda is going to take over? You think the information? You think they're going to look at it and this is going to be swept under the rug? And this is nothing but a form of British Israelism. Who's going to believe in British Israelism that grew up like that since 1919? When that worldwide federation of British Israelites was formed and people were practicing it earlier? It's just going to become another thing like that. Is this going to expose some nonsense, some pseudo? Is this, is the truth going to finally come out about this awakening and how much? A lot of people got a lot of stakes in this awakening. Some people just say this is God and this is God's doing. And this is going to be the thing that's going to turn over. This is the thing that Jesus spoke about. Because I'm not going to lie, some people feel some type of way doing this. And I might have to, I wish Rev seen them. I just want to say one thing. A lot of people, some would say that when Jesus, I just need a real good explanation. When Jesus in Luke is talking about being, I need to just pull up the scripture, and Elder Cox, and I want the Christians and the elders. We're Robert and them. I want the Christians and the elders and all the pastors that come and all the elders that's in the comment section. I want them to give us a clear understanding about what Jesus was talking about in Luke 21. Them folks saying that that's slavery and what's going to happen when Rome is destroyed. Is he just talking about Rome? Was Jesus specifically talking about the transatlantic slave trade? Dunamis, where's all of this stuff gonna go?
Man, it's gonna get. I think it's gonna get bad and muddied. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of moving hands, a lot of moving parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Even there's some Christians that got a lot invested in Israel right now in that state. So not because of truth, not because of the will of God or the Spirit, but because of financial positions, they can't change their tune. No way, shape, or form. You know what I'm saying?
700 been talking money, been talking Israel, been talking. This is some talk. Yo, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now there are a lot of Israeli companies out there that are big in tech, but and I just man. To me, it's a lot of the hardliners that make it hard to synchronize information, right?
Yeah.
To where that's what I was saying the other day. Not everyone who came on stage just has to be Israel. It doesn't make someone less Israel if someone isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, correct.
And not all the tribes in Africa who have an oral claim, not all the members of that tribe have to be Israel. It could be a subset of that tribe, like how the Bubuka clan with the Lemba. If I'm not mistaken, not all the Lemba are necessarily Israel. It's just certain parts of the Lemba tribe. I could be mistaken.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's caused an issue. And now another thing that comes up is about the doctrine. You know what I'm saying? Because with a lot of Jews, a lot of their beef with how they claim to be Israel or not, from my understanding, deals with doctrine. That if you're from a different sect that they don't like Chabad, who has old buddy as the Messiah,
come on,
they'll say you're not a Jew. So it had nothing to do with if you're Ashkenazi or Sephardic. It's because you follow a different rabbi they don't like. They don't like that teaching, so they don't kick you out. So I feel like even with how we have our talks of doctrine on this side, that's why when we talk about the Talmud and things like that, there's a level of doctrine needs to be understood about the history. Like the synagogues aren't evil. They were invented during the time after Ezra to serve a purpose for the diaspora.
Listen, y'all wouldn't even have this thing one for the synagogue. They carried it on after the destruction of the temple. I'm sick of dealing with these folks. We got to start teaching. I got to get out of here, y'all. That Uber's downstairs. I got to get out of here. We got to. It's a lot to basically, Garfield saying, teach, do them as you. It's a lot of stuff to unpack. I'm going to just keep it a buck with y'all. And whatever come out, we got to make sure that we really open the truth, and all of our positions going to change. That's the thing. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. All right, we'll chop it up later on.
All right, next piece.
All right.